I mean,
Yeah.
and I can't sit up, and I'm not walking and talking to people. So
yeah.
I'm taking care of me.
So how did the appointment go? I mean, I know a little bit about it, but are you?
Yeah, the appointment went well. I'm going to be off for another week from work because teaching's a pretty physical, strenuous job. So that sucks for my little ones. A mom sent me a message last night that her daughter Anna was crying because I wasn't there. And I was like, ugh.
Oh, kindergarten is well, all grades, but kindergarten is the worst because they're so attached and
I'm like a mom.
Huh?
I'm like a mom.
Yeah, absolutely. And they worry about you.
Yes.
Yeah, especially when they know you are out. I mean, I don't know how they've explained it, but you are out for a medical reason. So,
right.
They're worried.
Yeah. But other than that, all good. I thought today's show was funny.
Oh, well, let's talk about it. So welcome back to Jeff Lewis Obsessed, where we recap Jeff Lewis Live every night at 6 o'clock California time. I'm Sarah in Texas.
I'm Kelly in California. I feel like a forest ranger. Do I look like a forest ranger?
I mean,
I just realized.
With the right shirt, you could, but without is that like a floral, like going out type shirt?
No, it's like cheetah.
Oh, leopardy. Oh,
yeah, or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I should say like don't put out forest fires or something.
What's the bear dude?
I don't remember.
What the hell are we talking about the bear dude for?
Frosty? What is his
name?
Smokey the bear. Yes.
Don't start forest fires.
Don't start forest fires. There you go.
And don't have gender reveal parties that start like massive forest fires up there. That had to be a bad feeling. My goodness. Almost as bad a feeling as fucking Kendall Jones at therealkendalljones@gmail.com. Whatever.
Do you think she got a bunch of emails today?
I have no idea. I did not email her.
But why did she say, like, he said, like, she stopped by, or did I hear that wrong?
Wait. Is that Fluffy back?
Oh, yeah, Fluffy is back.
Oh, hi, Fluffy. Well, can we call him Fluffy, or we call you
Fluff?
Welcome, Trumpettes. Happy Friday to everyone. Thank you for joining us.
It sounded like she said in the email, like, I just wanted to stop by to say that you're the biggest piece of poo. And I was like, well, it's an email. Why are you saying you stopped by?
I know, right?
And what about
they were all trying to get him to stop saying it. And he was like, then she shouldn't have fucking emailed me. And I'm like, I agree. How do you, I guess his website, is that how everyone gets his business email? I've never even thought to email him. Like, and then someone else DM'd him, hope you choke on a fucking dick. And he was like, yeah, me too. I mean,
I think it was
on stews tonight.
Oh, geez. I think Megan said it's a good way to go.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, today was Friday. Oh my God. I was back to, hi, Frucky. Oh my gosh.
They're all coming in.
Timers are coming back. What the hell did we do to deserve this?
I know. Hello.
Wow. We have more than 3 people joining us. This is awesome.
Forest Ranger Herrera here for you.
I mean, I'm back to 3 pages of notes. Like, today was so good. All I wish is that we would have heard more about last night's dinner. It sounded amazing and so comfortable, so fun.
And also, he totally cut Kelly off at the end when she's like, are we going to talk about Shannon and Tamara? Nope. Commercial. Yeah. So I'm kind of glad because I don't feel like that's the platform for it because he is such close friends with Shannon. Maybe not Tamara. I mean, they're friends.
She wanted to talk about Tamara. And, Tamara was just on the show. She's been on recently. And he was like, no, we're not. Plus, no offense, it's not a Bravo show. It's kind of like our accounts are a tiny bit Bravo because it's such a big part of our lives. But we're 99% Jeff Lewis Live and associated. You know what I mean? Right. So nobody comes to us for breaking Bravo news.
Was I curious to know what she was going to say? Yes. Am I glad that she didn't say it? Probably. She'll say it on her podcast. What's it called? Unmasked?
Well, their main thing they really push is the daily smash that they do on their YouTube channel. Okay. They're all about that. They do have a Patreon that's Rick and Kelly, and that drops on Wednesdays. And then they've got this house thing, the picklepartyhouse.com. I actually think remember how he was talking a long time ago? He always joked about doing a land cruise and they would just have this boat and no one would ever go anywhere. I always think he should have like they can't do 12 because I've already looked at this house before and it only holds 8, I think. So get rid of a couple. But the main people that are there tonight, or we hope they're at Universal, we hope they get in.
Oh my God, he was on one. He was. I
should have asked if one of the chumps there would. Oh, thank you, Diane. I should have asked, or Michelle. I'm getting y'all's accounts mixed up.
Diane.
I should have asked one of the chumps that are going tonight if they would at least just DM us and let us know if they even got in. Like that's all I want to know.
If Kelly and Rick are going, Kelly's pretty good about posting stuff. So I believe she will. I haven't seen anything. I've been scanning and waiting, but I have not seen anything.
They should be sort of on their way now. We know Jeff doesn't love to be late to anything. So
but I think
they should be valeting right about now.
I do think it's really weird that they're forcing them to go to the Mulan COVID buffet. It's like if they don't want to go, and if you're paying that much, so it's probably like $5,000, $6,000 for the night to have a guide. Yeah, why would you want to sit and watch, like, let somebody eat? It makes no sense. I understand union breaks. I'm all about the union. I'm a union rep, but I just think there's a flaw in their system.
Well, yeah, and I just think, you've got this one place that you have to eat at, and you have to do it right when you get there.
Yeah.
And I don't like the reasoning. Now, if they looked it up and this was part of the thing, Brandy Glanville, this does look like something Brandy Glanville would wear probably.
It does, big boobies.
Yeah.
Big
I love Brandy. I love how Brandy Glanville dresses. I mean, I love her.
I know you love her.
And I love how Tinsley Mortimer dresses.
I like the way
those are my faves.
I like both of them. They have some nice little outfits. Tinsley's a little bit more I don't want to say upper class, socialite kind of fashion. Brandy's a little bit more
sleazy. Yeah.
That's fine.
She's a little more please, they both have the bodies. I love
If I had that body like that, I'd be dressing like a slut every day.
My eyebrows are not lesbo enough. I know. Trust me. I was lesboing them up at BravoCon in hopes that she would give me my first girl kiss, and nope.
I'm dying to bring my eyebrow pencil and do your eyebrows. Not as big as mine, but I'm going to do it one day and show you the depths of the eyebrow game.
You did it a little bit at BravoCon, but oh my God, we literally had no time. Our paths were crossing.
I know. It was crazy.
I mean, we spent a lot of time together, but our paths were crossing. My husband's watching the World Series. Go Astros, but he's really a Chicago Cubs fan. I'm not a baseball fan.
Oh, the Astros cheated in, I think it
was
2019.
They all cheat. They're all fucking cheaters.
No, they
leave the Astros alone.
They cheated the Dodgers out of a playoff and World Series. Come on. And I know Camille loves the Astros, but you know what, Astros? You can wipe my butt with your tongue.
Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not into asshole licking.
Oh, no.
That kind of grosses me out. That whole asshole action, girls doing it to guys.
No, I had that once done to me, and I felt so uncomfortable. Like,
what's it called?
Analingus?
Salad. No,
tossed in the salad.
No, that's licking the vag.
No, analingus. Analingus.
Oh, analingus. I've never heard of that.
But yes, tossed in the salad.
Yeah. Ugh. Like where your shit comes out? No, thank you. Rimming. Blech.
Like you're okay to do that too because you don't poop that much, but me, you get a mouthful of poo.
I'm clean as a whistle back there.
How'd we get here? How'd we get here?
Anyway, so much to chat about. What the fuck is carpaccio? It sounds disgusting. It's raw, thin sliced meat eaten as an appetizer. Never even heard of it. Never seen it on a restaurant. I clearly don't go to these fancy restaurants that they go to.
I thought it was gazpacho, and I thought it was only fish. Is it only fish? I didn't know it was like, yeah, that's going to fuck your system up. But I honestly...
No, it's like beef. There's different ones, but there's beef, there's salmon, there's tuna ones. So as much as Jeff loves sushi, did they even say where they went last night?
No.
So I don't remember. It could have been a sushi type place because he does love sushi. Krista picked up the whole damn bill though. Carpaccio. Yeah.
Oh, it is carpaccio. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I honestly think that Megan and Kelly got sick from drinking too much in the gazpacho or carpaccio, whatever. on their little tiny tummies probably did not sit well.
Yeah, maybe because Megan has had somewhat of a sober October. She gave it a good try, didn't she?
She did. What? She did. But I saw that picture today and I was like, oh boy. Megan,
not feeling 100%.
She's tied one on last night. And I couldn't tell by anybody else. Rick and Kelly looked fine. Kelly is just gorgeous no matter what. Not that Megan isn't. But yeah, I was just like, that's miserable. And you know that she was like, I do not want to do the show. I do not want to go in there today. And she showed up like a soldier.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kelly was actually throwing up like all through the night. So that means she didn't sleep. She was throwing up. I mean, you get like the tequila, the Kathy Hilton. I love whenever Jeff said that he drinks the 818 and he was fine. I like that little dig. Speaking of 818, did y'all listen to the two podcasts?
The lies. Sorry.
Megan is not sober. Did y'all listen to the 2 different podcasts that we posted about that Chef Stu did? I say that because a lot of it they asked about the Real Housewives reunion. So I think he must have filmed them yesterday because on Ryan Bailey's one, they were talking about what had happened Wednesday night at the 3rd reunion. So
yeah, I haven't had a chance to listen, but Ryan Bailey was the gentleman that was at the table at the how do you say that restaurant?
Gansevoort Hotel.
Gansevoort, yeah.
Thursday night, yeah. He was sitting by himself, and I swear I was like, and he had a badge on. He had like a
press badge or something.
Press badge. And he was sitting by himself most of the time, right? There was this big area in the corner, and I have not tried it.
I don't do tequila. No.
I knew he looked somewhat familiar. I just couldn't place it. And then whenever he got closer, I could see his badge. Then I knew it. But one of the nights, me and Kim were, I think, at the Legends Ball. He sat in our same row, so we chit-chatted a little bit. He was very nice.
It was funny because he was on Amy Phillips' show just like a week before that, and I didn't know his last name. And I said, oh, are you Ryan O'Connell? And he was like, no. I think I finished him. I didn't.
Very different.
I know.
Very different people.
Yeah, very different people, but both have been on Amy's shows. Both love Bravo. So yeah, I don't think he was happy with my comments.
Yeah, it was a really good interview. And Chef Stu, I think I knew most of the stuff he talked about because he's done a podcast, that Dames Who Dish. Mm-hmm. But it was good to hear like his side of the Beverly Hills stuff. He gave some insight. What?
Diane said that Kelly just
posted. They got in.
Yeah.
If you want to follow tonight, Kelly is the one to follow because she's the one that will post videos. Yeah.
Monica too. I think Monica might post some stuff.
Yeah, she might. Yeah, she might. What was I saying? He talked about with Ryan's podcast, he talked about which is called It's So Bad It's Good or something like that with Ryan Bailey. It's on my story. And he talked about who went in for the first kiss, him or Jeff. It was a really cute interview.
So who went in for the first kiss?
He kind of said they both did, I think. Yeah, it was cute.
Do you think it was at the Valentine's dinner?
I don't know. He said and they've said this before. He said they took a few weeks to do the gay stuff. I think because, he was just off the.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think Ryan, if I remember correctly, Ryan was asking about who went in for the first kiss or move. I think Stu was really talking about like who was interested in each other the most, like who asked out like a date type thing.
Right. I think Jeff probably was the one to make the first move about being interested because he's very flirty. The Christmas party, that he was like fighting with Megan to like hang on, and Scott was there.
The picture of Shane and Chef Stu and Jeff all together at the Christmas party.
Yeah, and Scott was there. That's the only kind of sad part.
And Scott, I know. Yeah. Anyway, it was really good.
He thinks the kiss happened on Valentine's Day.
Oh, I'm sure they kissed on Valentine's. I think by gay stuff they mean like more stuff.
Right.
I don't think a kiss is gay stuff.
No.
So the Halloween talk. Oh my God. Of course. And I really think Jeff did a good job of I think it was a little bit that she was a little bit sick. She'd been up all night puking, didn't feel well.
Kelly.
But also, I think she has learned, because I've seen her turn off comments whenever she posts sometimes. I've also seen Tori Spelling turn off comments.
I can't tag her. You can't tag her anymore. Like this morning.
You can't tag Kelly. No. You can now. I tagged her all day today in posts. And
really? I tried and it wouldn't come up.
She's Kelly Leventhal now, I think. Although I think Kelly Dodd comes up.
Okay, because Kelly DDODD did not work. So I should have done Kelly Leventhal.
I think she changed it to Kelly Leventhal. Anyways,
she's learned how to not be
not as extreme. Like they still say the little digs in there, like saying that they were going to be Dahmer and she was going to dress up as a little boy. I mean, it's funny though. It's funny in an inappropriate way, which Jeff is very highly inappropriate. He thinks they're funny. He even said at the end, y'all are funny. Like, I like y'all. You're funny. But I don't think he wants the criticism. I think they're all maturing in a way.
Yeah.
And they just don't want to deal with the bullshit. Like if I know they really believe in the stuff that they say, but if it's so extreme that it pisses off 80% of your listeners, you just don't want to deal with that bullshit. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I can take Kelly. It's Rick that drives me nuts. He was not.
But what did you think about him today?
No, today he was good. I mean,
I thought so too.
I actually gave him a gold star about telling Kelly, no, you're not going to do a lap around the restaurant. I'm your husband, and that's inappropriate. I was like, all right, that's a solid dude. So I was like, okay. I mean, he still annoys the fuck out of me because I feel like he's always like chirping in the background. But you know, today's show, I said it to a couple other people in DMs. Kelly was tolerable. She always, you know, she usually is on Jeff's show. It's usually Rick that annoys me. And today I felt like they didn't annoy me. So.
Yeah, and he didn't annoy me either. And even in the video, you saw the video that Kian does whatever, and it's all about, if nobody knew that Universal had RIP for Halloween and VIP, and if no one knew that they have a Moulin Rouge fancy restaurant that they force you to go to, everyone knows now.
Yes, Tana, the lickin' dickin' comment, I wrote it down. That's the one thing. Kelly has some good one-liners. She also said, what did she say? If you're peeking, but you're not speaking. I mean, she's the one that came up with the term Big Dick Daddy for Shannon's dad. She's funny with all that stuff. So definitely. You know what's funny is I listened to the show twice and I was like, R.I.P.? Why is it R.I.P.? And it took me about 5 minutes and I was like, oh, rest in peace, because it's Halloween. It took a little bit.
Dead people.
It took a little
Jeff
bit.
Loves dead people.
It took a little bit.
I'm just really shocked that Matt, Rashid seemed okay. I love how Shane came into with him like, hey, where do we valet? And they were like, did you talk like that? And he's like, yeah. I think that's Shane's way of talking. I love it.
Yeah, I think that Jeff totally blew it with Matt. That, you know, I agree that if Matt would have said like, okay, I'm going to buy you guys a couple rounds of drinks so that, you know, you're entertained. You don't have to.
Yeah, Jeff wasn't interested in that.
I think he would have been, he said if he would have offered him a solution, it would have been okay. But I think it was kind of like a Kathy Hilton thing. Like, go back to LA. Don't be a bougie bitch. Like, you know what I mean? And I think he just turned Matt off. But definitely not the way you want to handle an RIP guest. I think it was inappropriate.
I think so too. Like, I just don't understand the reason to force it. I don't like that the reason is because they need to give the tour guide a break at the very beginning of the fucking thing. I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me at all. I agreed with Jeff saying, give me a different tour guide then that isn't right at the beginning of our thing needing his break. If you need a break at 9:30, fine.
That didn't make sense. The only thing that I kind of gathered the second time is it sounds like that tour guide was with somebody previously, and then they're also coming to pick up Jeff's.
So give him someone new. I agree.
I know. If they were very intolerant, they must not like Jeff.
Did not seem to give a rat's ass. I sort of loved that he told us and he admitted, even though he said it was an asshole move and he regretted it. I don't think he did. I think he totally said, I'm going to drag your ass on the radio.
Yeah, and I appreciate.
And Matt didn't seem to give a damn, did he?
No, he did not. And at least he didn't give last names or emails like he did with whatever her name was. Don't repeat it.
The real Kendall Jones at gmail.com, that one?
Yeah. And what about that terminology, greasing the palms? I was like,
you've never heard that?
No.
Oh, when you like slips, you have like $100 bill in your hand, and you just kind of shake their hand and give them money, grease in the palms. Yeah. Jeff's going to need I made a story. Jeff's going to need to stop by the Wells Fargo and get a lot of cash, because he done pissed off a lot of people.
He needs a lot of hundos.
A lot of hundos. I loved when Shane said, I've got a $5.
I got $1.
Oh my God, that was so good. $1,083 per hour. That's insane. And is that including the $500 tip, I wonder?
No, I think they were going from, I don't know if it was 6:30 or 6, but 6 to 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So 7 hours. That's a long time.
Well, I think it was 7 to 1. They were supposed to get there at 6:30, be registered for 6:50, ready for 7 o'clock. 8, 9, but 10, is that food 11. Included? It sounded like the buffet was included.
Yeah.
I tried to look up reviews. It actually sounded pretty decent. I think it's only for the VIPs. Maybe if they would have presented it to them a little better, like they know this is a very upper class. This is only for the VIP people. You know, it's not like I think the word buffet is very off-putting. That, like Shane said, it sounds very poor. Who wants to go to a buffet tonight?
Do you have Hometown Buffet in Texas?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Oh, it's the like most cheapest, nastiest like buffet that people bring their families to. I think buffets are gross, but I really would have wanted to go sit down in this Mulan buffet. Why not? Like, get some drinks, eat something, take some pictures, use that time to take pictures.
Well, okay, Jeff doesn't give a rat's ass about pictures.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? What do you drink from your cup every night? Someone wants to know. Straight up water.
Water, sparkling
Corral,
water.
Exactly.
Sparkling water.
He doesn't care about pictures. But I think that's the reasoning that got him. And that's what pissed me off too, is saying that their tour guide already needs this mandatory break. I think it wasn't the fact that they had to go and eat there, which he didn't want to eat. He wanted to take them somewhere else. I think Jeff is a fan of going somewhere where he knows he's going to like the food. He knows they've been, maybe he knows a table, he knows the maitre d', all that kind of stuff. And he just didn't want to be forced to go and eat somewhere where he didn't know anything about it.
Jeff does not like feeling like he does not have control. And I don't blame him. When you're paying that much money, you shouldn't be forced to do something. I think that whole system they have going on is just no bueno.
Well, and he lost the battle, right? He lost the battle with Matt. The people going, Brandy and Julie, Todd and Carrie, Megan and Ben, Rick and Kelly, Stu and Jeff, Shane and Monica. All of them hang out a lot together, except for Brandy and Julie and Rick and Kelly. Those are going to be interesting personalities. Do you think they'll just keep separate from each other?
Yes. Brandy.
Or do you think they'll surprise us all and become good friends?
Brandy and Julie are very liberal. Julie especially, she does not fly with any of that stuff. So I would be curious about. It was so funny when he was like, "Oh, do you know Brandy and Julie?" And she's like, "No, I don't know." I see them being separated.
Yeah.
Brandy and Julie are very nice and approachable, so I'm sure they'll act appropriate, but I'm sure at some point they're going to roll their eyes because they're going to be like, eh.
But with 12 people, as we know, when anyone goes out with a large group that big, you always are going to set off either, my experience, if it's couples, which this is friends, this is dating, this is married, this is a mixture of everything, but mostly couples.
Right.
It's usually, in my experience, like dinner, the women pair off, eat at the end of one table, and the men pair off and eat at the other table. Or if it's at a house, a party we're hosting, the men all hang out, the women hang out. So it'll be interesting how they all kind of hang out and how they separate each other.
But I'm curious because Shane, Jeff, and Stu are gay, if that's not going to apply and they're going to want to hang out with the girls more than with the boys.
I can see Megan and Ben and Todd and Carrie pairing up. Brandy and Julie and Shane and Monica pairing up.
Yeah.
And Rick and Kelly and Stu and Jeff. That's my pairings. That's my ride pairings if there's a ride of 4.
What about that crazy story about Megan? I've heard that story before about how he pushed her into a wall. I did not know there was a nail. Jeff is such a shit starter. I mean, remember the story about where he scared his girlfriend at the time with a knife and she put her hands up and put her hands through the knife. I'm like, how many times do you have to learn not to scare people because they get hurt?
Well, we saw him flipping out too in interior therapy. We didn't really see it so much on Hollywood House Lift, but he's very physical with his comedy. So it ends up hurting people. You know what I mean? Like he'll come around a corner. I mean, someone could really hurt themselves. Megan, shit, she's broken a foot.
She's a bit clumsy.
Busted an eyebrow open. I mean, dang. She's been through it with him.
Yes, and even when he would torment Andrew and scare Andrew, I mean,
those were so good.
It was Andrew funny. Coleman. Yes, but it was like he almost had a heart attack.
Yes, like legit. Like, didn't he piss his pants one time, or didn't he change his clothes or something on
that? I don't remember, but it's so funny because I tried to go back to watch those episodes and I couldn't find them because they were so funny. Because I wanted to record them because I mean I love, like, I don't like to be scared. Like if somebody jumps out, like I've told people I'll hit you because of, like, I don't like that. That scares me. So I'm not responsible if I hurt you, but I do like to watch other people get scared.
Yeah, Michelle, I could totally see him pushing Stu, like especially if they're going through those scary mazes and stuff, the scary haunted houses. He'll have Stu in front of him. That way he can shove him.
Like how he shoved him in the sprinklers when they were in Napa. He is such, I mean, could you imagine him as a brother, the torment?
Oh my God.
And the torture. I found so many pictures today. I had posted that picture of Heather and
that was so good. I love that picture. You said he looks comfortable kissing her. I think he looks like he's dying. Like, where does my hand go?
Why no. Oh no.
I think it looks like so uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable, but I found a bunch of pictures of him when he was young. Oh my God. I'm going to have to post them this weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
They're so funny.
Do a reel of them. Have you figured out how to do a reel?
No, you'll have to teach me.
I had lunch with a friend the other day and she was going to show me how to do a reel and we forgot about it. So they did not talk about Jeff's therapy yesterday. I hope he gives us an update about that. Or do you think he's going to kind of keep it private? You think he's really actually working on himself and he won't make jokes about it?
I think right now everything's still so new and raw and he almost lost Stu that he's going to probably put a kibosh on it, but I'm sure he'll start talking about it when he gets a little bit more comfortable.
I mean, I also think Fridays are always fun shows. I don't think it was the time or place with Megan and Rick and them there. They talked a lot about, Universal and slamming them. So that took up a big part of the show.
Oh, hell yeah. What about Kibbles and Bits?
That was hilarious. And she didn't even understand what she said. Like, she literally had no idea what cooking kibitz was. But you know what? In their defense, there are so many chumps and they all have so many projects going on. It's almost like when Leah Black comes on and she doesn't understand what's going on. I'm like, she's got her own life, her own business, her own friends.
I didn't think it was a shady comment. I think she just didn't know. It's funny because, like, a couple of days ago, she posted about a caller that called in Jeff Lewis. I can't remember. His name is Oliver. Remember that?
Yeah.
And she called Doug Buden. So I thought that was funny, and I told him. So, yeah, I'm sure he's going to love Kibitz and Bits.
Yeah, Kibbles and Bits. What is this big December 1st thing? It sounds like a huge thing. I don't think Megan's house is going to be ready. Like, it's still whatever. I mean, her kitchen is already remodeled, but it sounds like all the chumps are coming December 1st.
Right. I would love I even sent a message to Doug. I would love to see a bunch of Christmas appetizers.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. For December 1st. Yeah.
Yes. Because I don't know. Did you ever listen or watch the Jeff Lewis where they did the trashy appetizer bake off or whatever?
I did not. I don't think I did.
It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
People didn't like it because they were chewing, which I was like, whatever. I don't care about that. But it was really funny.
Yeah.
I love a good appetizer. I do.
Is that new, the Megan News promo, or have they just not aired it in so long?
No, that's been there. That was such a funny one.
So funny and so true. She never knows the facts. Whoever is doing the news, which is almost always Megan, but even if it's not, Jeff always knows way more facts, and Shane has always read the articles too.
Yeah,
they always know the facts way more. Megan's like, I don't know what country this happened in. I don't know how much, if they got to prison. I don't know. She never knows the answers. I love it.
And I bet, like, Jeff makes Shane read those in case Megan F's up. That's what I think. It's just like,
Yeah, for sure. I love the Megan-isms and the Kelly-isms. Unkerneled pops, like uncooked popcorn, like unkerneled. It's not wrong, unkerneled.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I love Megan. I think she's a hoot.
I hope that the way Kelly was kind of calm today, and so was Rick. He wasn't, you know, they certainly talked nothing about politics or anything like that. I hope it turns some of their fans around, some of Jeff's fans around, because a lot of times people say, oh, I'm not going to listen to that. It was actually tolerable today and so good, I thought.
Yeah, and you know, I was going to say with Rick and Kelly.
MJ too, yeah, MJ, I like heard the news.
Rick and Kelly, what was I going to say? They seem very defensive and wanting to fight all the time. Have you noticed that? Like they were talking about how they were in
But I didn't feel that today, did you?
They were talking about I don't know if it's Palm Springs or where they were, but somebody charged them 3 times the amount for the hotel and they got in a fight with them. I just think sometimes, like, not always, but they're just so ready to be like, rah!
Yeah.
And it gives people a bad impression about them, because I don't think that's probably always how they act, but sometimes they're just a little too frisky.
Yeah, I can see that. They did kind of go after their neighbors. Now,
yes.
I know this is a rental that they have, but it sounds like they spend a lot of time there too. How far? So they live in the OC, right?
Right.
So how far is OC from Palm Springs?
I'd say on a good day without like a bunch of traffic, hour, 20 minutes.
Oh, very short. Okay, no wonder they go there so much then. That makes sense.
Yeah,
okay,
it's like LA's playground out there. There's a lot of older people that retire out there, but there's a lot of people that go from LA to like hang out there on the weekend. Big gay spots out there too.
Well, Jameson, that's where he goes and he's a pass around bottom.
That's party pass around bottom. That's right.
Party pass around bottom. Love it.
Skinny dipping.
Skinny dipping. What else? The cocaine blowjob and the lady died. Jeff was like, did you hear it though? Jeff was like, I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Well, not only that, he was so specific. He's like, all right, so he put some blow on the head and then she went down. And I was like, oh my God, I totally pictured that. I don't know why anyone would want to do that. Like I watched the Wolf of.
Do you get high from? I mean, I think it's a sexual thing. I think if you lick the cocaine, I've heard of people putting it on their teeth.
I know, like on the Wolf of Wall Street, which I only watched a part of it because I thought that movie was gross. But there's a part where Leo is with, I'm assuming, a prostitute, and he blows coke up her butthole.
Oh.
So a lot of times.
Can you get high that way?
Yeah, so it's a mucous membrane. So a lot of times, I remember I always used to hear about sorority girls would soak a tampon in vodka and put it up their hoo-ha so that they get drunk. Yeah, so that's like, but for someone to like, how much coke are you doing? Or how much did you do that's going to like I don't know. It just.
So why do you want to numb your mouth though? It must get you high also.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times, so sorry, I've done coke in the past. If you do a line of drugs, there's going to always be residue that you cannot sniff up. So you wet your finger, get the rest of it. You don't want to waste it, and you put it on your gums. That's
okay. I think that's where I've seen it in movies.
Yeah.
There was so much. Thought it was so good. I love that they're going to dress up Monday for Halloween. So I'm kind of curious what Jeff ends up being. I think he's going to do the army fatigues. Or is he going to save that, do you think, for Adrian Maloof's party Monday night?
Yes. And I wonder, so who's on Monday? Stu?
Megan and Doug.
So I think, well, he's not going to be Dumb and Dumber because Stu's not going to be there. So I
wouldn't think, unless he's another surprise again.
He might be another surprise, yeah. I really hope we get I want a picture of the Dumb and Dumber costume. I want to see what this looks like with him in it.
Yeah. Yeah. So Monday, I'll go over and then we'll talk music and then we'll be done. Monday is Megan and Doug for Halloween. Tuesday is MJ and Zach Noe Towers again. I thought they really worked out well together. Wednesday is another wet Wednesday with Brandy and Julie. Always a good time. Thursday, Carrie Lewis. I'm glad she's going to be back.
She hasn't been back in a while.
And I need a break from Carney. She's been on a lot to me.
Well,
even though we had a break from her, I like people every 2 to 3 weeks, to be honest with you, except for like Doug and Megan and Stu.
And usually that's what he does, is they're on every 2 weeks. I think maybe Brandy and Julie don't always follow that schedule, and they might be on more, but with most of the guests, it's every 2 weeks. But yeah. I do like Zach with Carney. I do really like Zach with Carney.
I did too, but I love MJ, so definitely want MJ to be back on.
Yes.
And then Megan will be on Thursday with her, and then Friday is Patty Stanger. I sort of hope he asked Patty about, she kind of alluded to like she and her boyfriend maybe have had some bumps in the road or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I kind of hope he asked about it. You know, because everyone thinks, oh, you're a dating expert. You're so in love. But she did post a picture of her boyfriend recently, so we know they're back on. If they even took a break. I don't even know.
Yeah, who knows?
It just seems like her post, she was saying something about they might have had some bumps in the road or something like that, which I mean,
right.
Who has, you know.
Oh my God. And then also we forgot, I mean, I'm just blown away that really Giselle and Tom Brady are getting divorced. And I cannot believe that motherfucker picked football over his family. I'm sorry. That is just crazy to me. He is going to regret that for the rest of his life.
God, he can never fuck her again. She's so beautiful.
And not only that, but Leo, what's his name? Leo Capranero, whatever that
Leonardo,
yeah. He dated Giselle, and it's
that does sound familiar. Who hasn't he dated?
She was the one that got away, so he's newly single, and we all know that he only dates.
Does he want her 3 kids though?
I don't know. That punani might be gold, so he might want it.
I mean, I hate when 2 beautiful people. I mean, I don't know.
I don't like Tom Brady. He was an asshole. No, you do not do that.
Like nothing. His diet is so freaking strict. I don't know if hers is that strict.
Yeah,
his diet is crazy. He eats like broccoli and water. I don't even know what the hell he drinks.
She gave up her career to be with him and start a family. And the time that it's time for him to fucking retire, oh, I just have so many feelings about it.
Yeah. Pete Davidson is up to the plate.
With his 10-inch penis.
Oh my God. I think she could take it. She's tall. I think she's got a big canal.
I'm tall and I do not have a long canal.
Oh. No. Oh well.
And hitting your cervix is not a fun experience. Let me tell you.
Oh, is it painful?
Yes. You've never had that happen?
I don't know. I don't know.
You would know. You would know because it's like being kicked in the balls. Like if somebody is in your.
Oh.
How did we get here again? Sorry.
Why do we always talk about dicks and sex? I don't know. We're actually 2 very. No, we're not.
I was going to say kind of normal.
Anyways, let's talk music. And tell us about music and we'll wrap things up because we do try to stick to 30 to 35 minutes, but it always goes 37. So we're right at about there.
And see these ladies, very painful. Hitting your cervix is the worst. Big dick guy. I'll say this. If your dick's too big, your dick's too big and you can't have fun with it. Anyway, so we are back on music.
I never gag.
We're back on music and we're in the 70s, 80s vibe, SOS band. Baby, you can do it. Take your time. Do it right. And You Make Me Feel by Sylvester.
That was so good.
Yeah. You make me feel like dancing.
Love it. Feel like it was so happy, so fun. I feel like the night went well last night. The only thing is I really wish we'd have heard more details about last night.
Yeah.
But loved it. Loved it all. Thought it was such a great show.
I like a medium penis also. You can have fun with a medium penis.
Oh my gosh.
We got to go find some pictures. I need to see what's happening.
Yes, post them. I want to see them.
Because they are basically almost there at the restaurant or at the Moulin Rouge, whatever. Yeah. Sorry, I sucked up my spit.
Anyone, I mean, I've had a lot of longtime friends because I've lived in Houston my whole life.
That's not what I thought you were going to say. I had a long dick in my mouth. What I thought you were going to say.
But I will say, Camille, that when new people meet me and they realize how vulgar I am, because I'm just as vulgar, sadly, in real life, they're always like, I never knew you were like that when I saw you. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a little shocking. So,
5 little fuckers.
I mean, how'd they get here?
There you go.
Anyways, Shout out, Chumpettes. Thank you for joining us. We will see you back Monday night, 6 o'clock California time. Hopefully, Jeff will announce season 2 of Hollywood House Lift soon.
Yes.
And hopefully, Kelly will give us some amazing videos tonight and pictures.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys, for joining. See you Monday.